There's a good chance
Wakey, wakey.
I sound terrible the whole time.
Oh, cool.
I got some minimal cold from my son, I think, and so I sound funny.
I just woke up, so I sound funny too. I think that's my
Been
shortest
in the diesel shed.
bet bed to podcast commute ever.
Oh,
Whew. We got bad weather conditions here today, like catastrophic bushfire. So everyone's at work. We've all aborted home and camped at the workshop.
wow.
No
All right.
fires yet, thankfully, but poor conditions.
Catastrophic fire conditions loom. Hmm.
Happy holidays.
Yeah. No kidding. Sorry. Whew.
Welcome back. How's it
Welcome
going?
back. Pretty good. Boy, I feel like I took some time off for the holidays, but I also pretty much every night was just like working on AirShop like crazy. So I'm kind of worn out a little bit. I've just
Mm,
had like a full steam of interest in that lately. So um it's just been good.
how's it going?
Here we've been selling pretty products have been selling pretty well. We've been doing inventory, getting into the flow of the new year.
How's the airship?
It's good. I fully incorporated it. It is a C Corp of Delaware, which is a thing that people do.
Okay.
I got that notice this morning that it went through, and it's been good. I have some people testing it now, and it's going pretty well. It's like a full app that you can use, and we've started using it here a couple weeks back, and so we immediately started seeing all of the nasty usability bugs and stuff that's pretty much like every day I've been coming in and we're using it. And I'm like, okay, gotta fix that. Gotta fix that. Um, that's been good. It's been fun, kind of surreal after, a year of on and off again, development and thoughts and restarts. And I finally was like, it's got to happen in January. So, uh,
Awesome. Are you? What's changed? Like, have you found? Are you actively carving out more time for it, or it's just the current focus?
it's,
You're making it
yeah.
work.
um, I think it was like a decision to just like a deadline basically, where January felt like a good, like, you know, both like it's close to the start of the calendar year. So it's a nice time to start a new business officially. Like I haven't started a new official business I technically just have one. So it's like 2011. So it's been a while to like do that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And it wasn't too hard to like get it started, which was kind of nice. And it just, I guess the holiday gave me some like my best time to be working on this and like really focusing has been kind of like downtime at home. Usually meeting like after everybody's asleep, and I finally was just like kicked into that again and been working like crazy on that. And then actually a lot of time I've spent since the start of the new year or kind of like break onwards at work. We've been working on counting our inventory, which I made a tool for that in AirShop to be able to do like a
Oh,
stock
cool.
take. And so that was the real like kickoff for us to get
Mm,
going on it, and just feels
that's awesome.
moment momentum finally for me,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool.
giving it the priority it needed, I guess.
Yeah, I like the idea of baking extra tools in as you find you need them. That's cool.
That was what I said to Ricky yesterday. I was like, what's great about this is how we make physical products too, is it's like we need something, so we find a solution for it, and then it turns into something
Hmm.
we can, sell as a product. And it's like the same concept. Like we needed a better way to do this. And you saying you did it digitally to take inventory in the past, like why am I not doing it that way? Like that's mental. So stuck with me.
Yeah, cool.
How about you?
Um, I had 2.5 weeks off or something, I think, and it was good. Just like proper to check out. Well, we got COVID for Christmas, but pretty light flavor. No one was hit too hard. It was kind of just the right amount to not just do a little bit less. And what else? Yeah, I don't know. Fully checked out. Like I was out of work mode, except for like logging in a few times to try, run a little discount code before New Year's Eve and things like that. But otherwise, was pretty much off and like had, in terms of recent Januaries, I can remember like the least motivated, the least sort of energy and motivation to come back to work. Like I find January is kind of like I'm reinvigorated after the break to be like, cool, let's go. I've got all these things I want to do
Mm-hmm.
better or work on or blah blah blah. And I just didn't have that sense at all. I think if I'm honest, the only thing that kind of drew me, obviously I had to come back this financially. But in terms of attraction, the only thing that kind of drew me, it was like, oh yeah, I was in the middle of that home assistant project. That'll be fun to resume.
Right.
Which was a pretty frivolous distraction at the end of last year. So, but I knew that I would be fine when I was back at work and be,
Mm-hmm.
I would find the motivation to be here. So yeah, end of first week back now, and it's gone pretty well. It's been busy. Like we've had heaps of work to rip into straight away and finished a few projects that were moved from the end of last year, and we're also down. Like Ben's still on leave, so there's only three of us at the moment in production, and so it's busy and probably the best so far. It's like the strongest like January of sales we've had in the last 3 or 4 years, which was great.
Right.
So that's looking positive. Yeah, sort of. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Looking good. Just the whole week for me though has been overshadowed by like losing power at home and spending huge amount of time trying to get our backup diesel generator working again.
Right. Is that
Which
related to the fire?
no, no, um,
Hmm.
no, just power. So yeah, because we're off grid at home, it's like we've just had a few factors sort of culminating at the same time. So aging batteries and an inverter error and a diesel generator breakdown. And
It's
so
a lot at
yeah, I
once.
spent like yeah every night this week. I've been doing sort of once the kids are asleep, I've been sort of work till midnight on the generator. Very like in an AI fueled frenzy of like been using Gemini heaps, like just the Gemini app
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty good.
and and Gemini and Sim Theory and just like yeah, making progress. I've learnt a huge amount and it's kind of fun. Like I've enjoyed the challenge. I think that's been the best thing about this week. It's just resuming a sense of sort of challenge and pressure, which was lacking during the break, which is what breaks are for, I guess. So, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
I have that lingering feeling. Maybe you have this. I think you're better at it. I have that lingering feeling, and I think it's because of having a kid. That's what it is. Where having Christmas break used to mean a bunch of free time, like
Oh, yeah.
unadulterated. Like I do whatever the hell I want. I can work on a
Yeah.
project. And I remember having that feeling as I was about to leave here, and I was just like, oh no, you don't really.
Mm-mm.
It's not really a thing anymore. Like just there's no free time. Like it's nap time, and I am the most productive of my life during a 1.5 hour nap time, and then
Yeah.
it's kind of it's akin to there's probably some German name for this phrase for this where it's like you lose the kind of the wonder of being a kid where some of that lingers for a long time and then I'm not trying to be like, woe is me. I just mean it's funny how
Yeah,
that
yeah. That's different.
I still think like, oh, I'm gonna get to work on this home assistant project.
Mm. Mm-mm.
Barely.
Yeah, I remember like
Break.
when Laura and I used to take a little bit of time off for Christmas. We typically go, we were living in Melbourne, so we'd go to the country, one of our parents' place for the holiday. And
Right.
yeah, like I
Right.
remember one Christmas we literally like didn't get out of bed for days. We were just like playing some Age of Empires or something like on our computers, like
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
for days at a time. Um, yeah, so it's different now, and
It's the
that's what.
opposite. I mean, like we had 2
That's,
weeks of no
mm,
daycare.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yep, exactly.
I mean, on that note, though, it's like my son's first like conscious holiday season was really fun
Yeah, nice.
to experience and have understanding and have him pretend to give gifts and just or understand what gift giving is rather than
Yeah.
just playing with wrapping paper as a 1-year-old.
Yeah, nice. That's always fun.
On the note of kids, I'll switch this away from. I got an ad. I think it was an ad on TikTok, or maybe it was just a post for this microscope, and I found it on Instagram, linked here, that blew me away. Like, caught my attention so much that I was like, "Oh, I need that." Like, not so much for a kid, but it's this handheld
Ah,
microscope that I mean, I think the original advertised price was $70 from the company that I linked there. So they're just reselling. It's there all over Alibaba. I put a link to it, but it's a 2-inch screen. You can't see it at all. The video will do much better than what I'm showing. And I bought it for the shop, and it is phenomenal. Like, so good. It is $30. Our other one was basically like completely trash. Like, it's like lost its power capabilities, and the power cord doesn't connect anymore, like the little desktop one. So we'll get a new one of
yeah,
those
same.
eventually. But there's so many times when I want it to be mobile, and like since it's made for a kid,
Mm,
like it's got a stock offset of like how far it needs to go off of something. So when you set it down, you really don't have to adjust the focus much. You can kind of hand hold it up to something like a part or
that's
a.
cool.
It's so amazing. You can take photos on it and then take the card out.
Yep,
Yeah, I was pretty stoked.
that's sick.
For I'm just gonna. I told Ricky I'm just gonna keep it in my pocket.
Yeah, that's a nice win. Yeah, like we used to have one of those cheap little desktop ones. Didn't last very long. Like the build
Yeah,
quality was crap, which but
right.
it was handy. Like I kind of miss having a little microscope in the shop. Be handy lots of times.
I I kept coming in the morning and it would just be on for some reason. Like which at that point we started unplugging it because I was like, something's wrong electrically with this thing. Like, why is it turning itself on? Like even if it's a power surge, it shouldn't just pop on. Like on its
Mm,
own. So I suppose that's why it's nice to have like an actual like toggle switch on power things so that they can't choose to do what they want.
a real switch. Yeah. And how's PDX kicking off in terms of jobs, products?
um, it's been pretty nothing crazy. We don't really have job shop work at the moment, which is fine. I've been
Mm,
we haven't really come out with anything new obviously at the moment. I'm working on a bunch of or I think I said before I'm in the process of growing our tooling line pretty significantly. So I've been doing tests and samples and finding new and better things that we want to add to the line. And
mm,
that's been in the works since December-ish, November. But our fan clamps have been selling like crazy. I got some marketing that's
oh,
been working,
fantastic.
and they're really odd smaller orders for us, like maybe like something like a fifth of the price of our normal orders, roughly, just because people
Mm,
buy like I don't know, a couple things, and it gets it adds up way more than a small set of clamps. So that's been good, and it's interesting to have that kind of experience of like packing a smaller dollar order and trying to think about like what that's like for efficiency and profit, and if it makes
yeah,
sense, or if we need to try to bundle it. Or um, for now, I'm happy to have more
mm,
orders, and they're all seemingly new customers, so that's always nice.
yeah, cool, great.
How about, it
I
seems
still
like you
have,
were going pretty well with your end of year sale or start of year sale? Same one and same.
whatever that was. Yeah, I realized a few customers had messaged me saying, "Hey, I can't get the code to work."
Mm.
And then I realized that, I just shouldn't be writing website copy when I think I'm on holidays because I'd written the date completely wrong on the website.
Yeah.
So I might have stuffed up because I wrote January 31st as the end date, not December 31st.
Mm.
And so there's
Mm.
probably a bunch of customers that saw that and they were like, oh, I've got a whole month. I've got more than a month to order something. Oops.
Right.
Anyway, so
Send
mixed
an oops
messages there.
email and then extend it if it was working.
Well, I think the dates were right in some of the stuff I sent out. It was just the website banner that was wrong.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Right.
um, but yeah, we had pretty strong sales between Christmas and New Year's. So we came back to like probably about 50% target revenue just sitting there while we're out, which is nice. That's pretty strong for this time of year. So I was happy with
Yeah.
that. And then yeah, kind of just
It's pretty good.
ripped into it this week and the guys made a lot of parts and yeah, just trying to catch up to some extent. We've got like one big custom job that's due early next week that we're that will be a bit of a hustle to finish, but I think once that's clear, I'll
Mm-hmm.
probably run a bit of spraying and sanding and stuff this weekend just so that we're a little bit ahead. Once that big job's clear, I think we'll be in a pretty good spot for this month,
Yeah.
which is unusual. January is usually pretty crappy.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, feeling reasonably optimistic in that respect at the moment. Um, and we just, we had
I don't
multiple
even.
strong months leading into the end of the year, so kind of,
Yeah.
it's all relatively healthy, which is cool.
I don't even know what to like. I know we'll likely have good sales for our big sale in May, but other than
Yep.
that, I couldn't tell you what month is going to do. Like I can look at the chart, like the past sales, but
I know.
it's like from one year to the next. Like one month will go up, and then the next month it's inverting that, where the trend was the opposite, and it's. I mean, I guess I'm happy. I could say it's always been better since we started doing products as our primary business for consistency,
Mm,
compared to, I mean, last end of last year was a good example of like, uh, I think it was over a third of our job shop revenue came in like the last 2 months of the year. And it was just like,
yeah, right.
I don't know, like that person just found us, and then we did well together. So it was like, cool. But I don't have any word on whether anything's coming back, the beginning of the year. So it's like maybe gone.
Yeah.
Who knows? Hmm.
I still haven't had a chance to actually use my fan clamps. Been sitting there on my
Hmm.
desk. Need a project. Need some
Make
live
one.
edge timber. Hmm? Maybe I'll
Make
do a
one.
river
Make.
table.
Try it out.
Yeah.
Riveting up. I was trying to think of how you can make that into a robot project, but hmm.
Oh yeah. Maybe a robot river for sure.
Got a in my workshop, ABB's his name. Making river tables is his claim to fame. He's routing perfect edges while I'm standing here with epoxy in my eyebrows and stuck behind my ear.
River robot makes itself a canoe with a river through the middle of it.
Yeah.
Really
yeah,
boomers. So I got into a pretty nice. It's funny when I wrote this. I think I wrote, start making notes in our little thing a week ago, roughly, supposedly, that I wrote that I got into a 5-axis flow for the first time, which was a nice feeling to feel like I could just post code, run parts, keep running parts, switch the
Cool.
setup to something else and run that, and not feel like it would take me at least a day or two to like switch processes, which was a good feeling. It was like the first time, and I'm trying to bring back that memory of when I wrote it down. But what I remember is even more than I feel like I ever really got to with the YCM. It just felt kind of right in terms of like
Awesome.
you're pulling parts off that they're coming in really, pretty tight tolerance. They look better. Like there's actually like, even
I
with
was
our
going to
soft
ask,
jaw and the
yeah.
riser parts, we're getting less of a clamp mark than we used to on one side. And other than that, there's a lot of optimization I want to do. Like I've basically just done like the most single piece op batch work setup that is possible to kind of train myself into the machine. But
Yeah.
I'm already spinning on like, all right, well, could we do a tombstone that like spins? And so you're doing more of those, or how could I actually do a one-op setup on these parts? Yeah, it was just nice. Finally felt right.
Yeah, awesome. That's great. And that was going to be my question, was like, does the surface finish feel different? How much of the tooling strategy have you changed, which might be affecting the surface finish versus just different machine?
Not much, because yeah, it's the only real difference is that in the old setup at the YCM, it used to go first op, kind of cut everything except for one face, flip it over, it would go into Uniforce clamps, which are those little brass, like shielded expanding clamps, and it would press
Yeah.
against a wall, and those brass clamps would always leave a little bit of a mark that was annoying but superficial, and I never figured out a good way around it. I'm sure there was one, and so now that's gone because it goes into a soft jaw. I think the thing that I'm still kind of up against with mentally trying to process, and I just need to probably ask some friends with a one-piece flow kind of situation or a single op setup, is when you're detabbing that piece and you're not post-processing the finish afterwards, like do you just have a big mark? Like,
Mm.
and that is really a turnoff for me to do it, even if it is more efficient. And it also leads
Yeah,
me to like, do we need to start like bead blasting? But then
yeah.
I don't know if that makes up the time and the savings, of not doing it manually. So
They look very shiny at the moment, like the parts you're getting are.
yep.
They look cool. And that's
Do you
the
think
final finish at the moment. Like that's how they ship. Yeah.
they've always been machined, no post. I mean, we clean them, we test, we like QA them, gauges and stuff. I do think the YCM was a little more accurate in terms of reliability, but it's like well beyond
Really?
anything that in terms of decimal points. And I mean, a fixed table that doesn't do a bunch of whoop, 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 like you're
Yeah,
just going to
sure.
get,
Yeah.
like, for
Yeah.
example, when the table comes back to B0, you look at the screen and it's almost always you see some far out decimal point for it not being perfectly at 0, whether that's what it's reading or what it can repeat at. Just one example of like That YCM was really tight. It was really accurate,
Mm.
and I don't miss it at all. But that was one of its perks.
I want to hear the tale of Chippy and the bin.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Poor Chippy.
We've been putting our trash bin in kind of on the weekends. We're in an urban setting. There's people that dumpster dive basically, and so we've been putting it in to keep some of that riffraff out. And so I went to pick it up with the forklift, and I mean, it's not just that it's like they'll make a mess, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And so we put it inside, and I'd love if they just took our trash. That'd be great. And so I went to pick it up with the forklift to put it outside, and it was pretty empty. And I was like, what in the hell? It won't. Every time I pick it up, it was like I wasn't balanced on the center. And I was like, I don't really know what the bottom of this thing looks like. So I tried it like 3 or 4 times. I side shifted. It's like, something's weird. Walk around to the other side, and I've got Chippy stuck on one of the forks underneath it. It had like ramped and high centered itself, which it does often if we don't put something over the forks. And it was just, I was pretty frustrated because I was like, I have to get off the damn forklift and like go around the other side and look at what's going on. And I bend down, and he's just kind of like clamped underneath it. Video went pretty viral on Instagram.
Chippy had got himself onto the forklift tine while it was under the bin, and then you'd lifted him straight up into the, like, yeah.
Yep. Yep. I had all these people going, is that the end? Is he dead?
Yeah.
I made a follow-up video.
Still going.
Luckily, the dumpster wasn't very heavy, as if it would, I would have picked it up harder, and I'm sure it empty probably weighs 500, 600 pounds, you know?
Yeah. Easy. Very good. The most impressive little
Still working.
Roomba. So cool.
I've discovered another brand. I've been getting the Shark ones, which have been working okay. The cheaper ones I bought to replace and kind of, get a new one from the new shop. Battery's way low, smaller. It's a little bit, I'm not as impressed. It's, it's got more issues. It's still working. It was $98. But I found a new brand, and I'm so tempted to buy it. But I'm like, don't do it. I don't need another vacuum robot. Like, they're working fine. Let them die first.
Yeah. You got 2 chippies.
Yeah, just one for each shop, because we haven't connected the shops yet. And even honestly, if they were, the newer ones only have like a 90-minute battery, and they just don't last long enough to like clean 4,000 square feet or whatever it is to combine the shops.
Yeah, totally. Do you not have a pedestrian door between the 2 spaces yet?
Not yet. We are close. I'm working on permits.
When's that happening? Okay.
Permit is close. So I don't know. I doubt it's ever going to get back to the city, but that has been, I think everybody, even going through architecture school, I am still shocked at the absolute bureaucracy of getting a permit to put a person door between this in the same building, a non-structural, non-fire rated door that improves egress, and it is very like right now my permit cost is $1,300+,
what?
which is crazy. There was like all these reviews. It triggered all these crazy reviews, like the water quality board, and it turns out that it could have been that I put the price of the job to be more than the small projects limit. In reality was I kind of overestimated, thinking that was the better take. And if I get to the real price of it, it should have been like a couple $100 for the permit. So I'm still trying to talk to them. I haven't gotten it approved, so I'm seeing if I can walk my way back and save myself $1,000. Because it kind of on the principle of it at this point, I'm just shocked at it's like 20 different levels of review. for a door going between two spaces. The contractor that was going to help me put it in, because you have to have a contractor do it in a commercial space, I guess,
Yeah.
was like, he knows our landlord, and he was like, let me just talk to him. This is crazy. You don't need a permit. You don't really need a permit for, it's like, what the? Now the city knows, though, like, you can't just walk away from this.
Cat's out of the
I wouldn't
bag.
have done it either, but
Chippy went down to the council offices and told them all about it.
no, I wish. Otherwise, we'd have a door. So I'm
Mm.
still doing a 200-foot walk every time. That's probably my biggest deterrent to using the 5-axis. Is it's in the back of the other shop, and I'm like, it's a long walk back and forth whenever I need to.
Yeah. So I've found that thing that's happening again, which is weird, where I've come back in January. I'm less motivated than usual, but, I'm back at work, whatever. I found that thing again where there's more hours in the day in January than there were in December. And nothing's changed. It's the same job. I've got the same tasks on my plate. Why do I have a sense of like, yeah, it will be fine if I like duck out for the whole afternoon and have a diesel bath? Like, and didn't really feel the effect of that work-wise. Whereas
your Australian spas are weird.
They're pretty weird. Whereas in December, like there was just, maybe it's all in my head, but like there was no way I would have done that. It's like there's just magically more hours in the week at the moment. Maybe it's something to do with like the production flow of when orders land and then the tasks that need to be done around that, but it doesn't make sense because it's just, it is just another week.
I think I have the same thing. I am way more apt right now to be disregarding inquiries and trying to get Ricky to answer help tickets and stuff. I'm like, I'm working on this other thing. Like I have this project I'm working on. And I think it's because of the break and my mind shifting like kind of away from the daily operations stuff for a little bit of CNC business that, both for like products and family and everything. I'm just working on these side projects. And then, I don't know, maybe that's the same. You said you tuned out pretty good.
Did tune out. So yeah, maybe that's part of it. Is just sort of seeing things more clearly on return and maybe it's just being able to prioritize more effectively. Similar thing. Like I can look at the inbox and go, cool, none of that is urgent right now. All of that will keep till tomorrow. Fine, cool. Just don't touch it. Go off and do the other thing or so maybe it's just a greater sense of clarity from having had a break is the trick. Don't know. More breaks, more resets.
Being gaslit into the urgency of firefighting. And then you break away from that and come back and you're like, oh, I could do other things with my time. And I feel like the email is the biggest fire to put out right now. That's how I feel all the time.
Yeah, totally. Me too. Oh, I hear little Tara's waking up upstairs. Clumping around. But I'm looking forward to getting back into the robots. They're definitely the highest on my radar in terms of things that I've been neglecting, processes, right. Machines that I've been neglecting. But it was pretty satisfying end of last year when we got that big delivery of Dal in the last week and set Abby to work and she sanded 300 meters or something in 4 days, that was satisfying. But it's, now I've got a big stockpile of sanded Dal sitting there, which is great. Kind of a little bit ahead in terms of that process. which
Mm-hmm.
should give me the leeway to sort of switch tasks and be like, cool, let's get that other shelf standing program up and running and blah, 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 blah. Lots of other little things I need to tick off. But
Yeah.
the home power situation has been a massive distraction. I haven't sort of done any fun stuff like that at work this week, but soon,
Right.
hopefully, get back into that mode, get some of that cooking, and yeah, I don't know what else. I did make a significant update to the Kit Parts Builder this week, again, just because there were magically more hours.
Yes.
I was like, I haven't published the full one yet, but I've integrated multi-materials so you can choose different materials and stuff. And then I started
Presets.
messing, yeah, presets. I started messing with the UI a little bit because I realized it was just like a multitude of stacked design decisions from, 100 generations of this thing.
Right.
And it wasn't necessarily making sense anymore, UI wise. And I started trying to sort of rebuild the look of it and the logic of where the buttons were and stuff. And I made some good progress, but kind of also just ran into some new hurdles. I'll send you the other, like the development URL, so you can see that version of it.
Oh, right.
It's tracking.
Have you broken it out of one file, right?
No, it's still just one monolithic HTML file. I've attempted
I don't know how much that's
a breakout a couple of times, but it's never gone well. Like I've tried to translate it all to React, for instance, and Cursor's just failed a few times I've tried to do that.
I couldn't tell you what would be better by any means, but
no, sure.
I think I mentioned before, I do know that one of the things I was working on in AirShop, I don't know, the way it was originally built and got rebuilt, it was a giant file and it was having some issues. It was both having problems editing, but also like, I think it was causing it to be slower too to use because it's, I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Like, I think it's probably fine. Like, what are your limitations right now? What's holding you up from what you want to do?
In terms of developer?
Yeah, you said you hit some limits or something.
The monolithic file has only been a hurdle in the sense that Shopify starts complaining when I upload it when it gets over like 4,000 lines or something, which I'm sort of on the cusp. I'm back on the cusp of that now. I managed to get about 1,000 lines out of it, cleaning it up last year, but performance-wise, it doesn't seem to be an issue. Like it's obviously simple enough, and it's doing a pretty simple thing that it doesn't lag or
it doesn't
bog down or anything. So it's fast and looks well. But
not even using much memory, so I don't know. Yeah, it's I don't know. Serving it is harder for them or something because it's very quick.
Yeah, it's good. So I'm not sure why Shopify has that limitation, but yeah. But that was satisfying. Like I just sort of rolled. I had a couple of hours that morning where the inbox felt under control and jobs felt under control, and I was like, cool. Multi-material. And a customer had just emailed me like a PDF saying, hey, can I have this in the other material? I was like, no, it's time to do this properly so customers can do it themselves. And just kind of workshop the logic of it. Because part of the reason I'd been avoiding it, because I thought that I would have to have SKUs for like every product in every material and like end up with another 1,200 SKUs or something to cover 4 materials, which I just did not want to set up in Shopify. It just felt really clunky. And I kind of workshopped it with one of my robot assistants, and we came up with a plan of like just having a single Shopify product that is like called Material Upgrade, and then there's only 3 variants in that for the other materials. And each one is just worth $1. And so then the builder just looks at like, cool, what's the price difference between hoop pine and black butt? It's $300. Just when a user checks out, add the black butt material upgrade product and put 300 units of it. And then, there's your price difference. There's your material upgrade. So
Yeah.
worked quite nicely in the end.
Right.
It's pretty happy with that solution.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, implemented it quickly and just worked. And it's like, cool, roll it out. Seems good.
Roll it up.
Roll
Push.
it out. Push, push, push.
Playing with your new version and dragging out the little objects. I think my
The
first
dev
thing is
one?
I want to be able to marquee select and then drag them around as a group afterwards.
Yeah,
But
that's on my list of
it's
things.
nice. I like it.
Yep.
It immediately made me think, I think I said this maybe before, but that I want a mode where I can bridge builder test it. I've set it up and it just creates gravity and we see how it stacks up. And then like, if it's not balanced well enough, it just falls over. Please,
I
please.
don't think that's awesome. I don't think
I'm gonna fork it.
you're gonna fork it. Yeah, do it. That'd be sick. I like it.
You can download it.
Oh dear, can you? Not to worry.
Yeah, Bridge Builder, Mac and Windows.
Oh, the game, right? Sorry,
I
I
don't know
thought
where
you
it's
meant my builder.
taking me to. Oh, well, I don't know about that.
Builder. Gosh, I remember playing
I put
something
it
like
in.
that in
Put it
high
in links
school.
there.
Sick. Fun times.
Builder.
I've tried making a bridge builder style app a few times actually with Cursor because I wanted just like not bridges, but I wanted like a simple 2D like physics emulator of like to nut out mechanisms. Like, like if you're trying to work out levers and cams and stuff, you might try and draw it in Rhino, or you might try and cut out little cardboard cams and put pins in them and like work out where the pivot points affect other things and stuff.
Yep.
Like, a few times I've really wanted a little app that just does that, and I've tried to build one in SimTheory, Create with Code, or Cursor, and I just haven't had much luck. It's probably due for another attempt now that the tech's a bit better.
Right.
That's awesome. Bridge builder, good times.
I have no idea if that's like a terrible place to get viruses. That link, so
Yeah.
beware.
Yep. Thanks. Disclaimer. Noted.
Where did you get your viruses? Parts Department podcast.
Only the best.
Well, for your body or your computer. Did you catch any of what is it? Send live stream?
No, what was that?
The live stream. Oh, you're not on. You were probably not on. Know how bricked you were, which is a funny thing to say. The Send guys with their new milling, set up all their. I don't know if you've seen some of that. They have like a pretty extensive
didn't
new
know they were
service
doing
that's
that.
for milling.
Wow.
They live streamed a made up part, a completely fake, just feature rich part that I think Jim asked for potentially people to submit, and they picked one, and it was just this wild 5-axis part that they put on one of their, I think, Matsura's, and then live streamed it, and there were like 100,000 people watched it on Twitter.
Whoa.
It's like, that's a pretty good marketing effort.
Awesome.
They do anodizing
So they're
too.
milling
Good
parts
Lord.
now. Yeah, wow. Wow, fancy.
Send.
That's cool.
Send.
Nice. It's cool. Still jealous that you have such services that are so good. A couple of people have messaged me since I complained, saying there's kind of things
Yeah.
like that here. Well, there's this and there's that. So it's not like it doesn't exist. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sencut Sen just continues to surprise me, I think, and we order some of our a lot of prototypes, but then some production parts from them, and their estimates they give you, they always deliver before their estimates in the last
Yeah.
like as long as I can remember, like never late,
Smart.
always early.
Yeah.
And even over the holiday, I ordered some parts right before Christmas. I want to say like the 23rd, and the estimate was like maybe January 6th or something like that. They shipped like the 26th. They said they shipped them, but then I don't think they got picked up because of the holiday till like the next week or something like that. So I got them on like the first day back, but it was like 4 days early, and I was like, how the hell are you like over a holiday getting stuff done early? Like I just don't. Mind blowing.
Yeah. Amazing. Sick. Yeah, I'm about to start with all my power issues. I'm about to finally start implementing all those batteries that I bought cheap last year. So I'm like racking them all up in server cabinets and ordering copper bus bars and high amperage cable and lugs and network cables and like getting all these ingredients in over the next week. Oh, he's got a package.
The Amazon drivers like to try to walk into our shop and then they just stand there like they're from Pluribus. They don't ring the door. They don't knock the door. They just stand in front of the door like and stare at it. I'm always like, what are you doing? I don't understand.
What's he got? Presents? Presents for us? Yeah. Of course I want to see its package.
My deodorant. Powerline internet connection. I'm having weird network problems at my house. I'm seeing if this might fix it cheap, where you can make networking over your power line.
Oh, that thing. Yeah, I've never tried that. Where it goes through the walls, through your power
through
system.
the copper wire. No, we'll see. Kind of shocking. Like the warnings I was getting from an AI was, they pitch it as like, oh, it's gigabit connections and it's way faster than your crappy Wi-Fi. But then GPT was saying like, yeah, that's true if like it's on the same circuit, if it's not going, if you have all this noise on your electrical wires from like dimmers or like even like LED lights apparently will cause noise, that all of this degrades the signal. And I was like, all right, we'll see. Right. Maybe it'll be better.
Cool. Yes.
You gonna go back to sleep?
No, I feel like I want to. I won't be allowed to, but I'd love to. I'd love to get more sleep. The children are awake.
The children.
And we're at work, so there'll be like novelty and excitement and definitely no sleep. But
so you're like, house is in fair jeopardy, or it was just like you don't want to think about it overnight.
Only if there's a fire. It's just the conditions.
Right, that's what I mean.
Super bad.
Not happened.
No, there's no immediate danger yet. But we will avoid home until the weather shifts. Just because it's too nasty, and we're not set up to defend the property, so we always just exit when the conditions are this bad.
I see. It gets pretty windy. The wind is a big factor, I assume, in like pushing storm, firestorm.
Firestorms. Yep.
Yeah.
So sorry if I've been a bit sleepy this morning.
You seem tired. But, not that I'm saying
I
your
feel
performance
super tired.
is bad, but you just look tired. More than normal.
Yeah.
I'm always usually shocked at how you're up and fairly spry.
Yeah. I need coffee. That's part of the problem. I haven't had coffee because mother-in-law is asleep too close to the coffee machine. So,
She's just sleeping on the table in the
on
kitchen.
the ping pong table. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I did. I don't know why I'm saying this here. I did one time wake up on a pool table in college.
Yep. I mean,
don't know how I got there.
Tell me more.
I was sleeping on a pool table. I don't remember. Didn't party that hard, but that was a weird one. I think that situation was somebody had like basically spiked the like jungle juice kind of stuff, where it's like somebody made a big batch of alcoholic mix and they had put like Everclear in it or something, and I just like
Gross.
20 years ago.
Whee! Yep. Time flies.
That makes me hurt to think about it. Okay.
Don't think too hard. Okay. Ring a ding ding.
Bye.
Bye.
Got a robot in my workshop, ABB's his name. Making river tables is his claim to fame. He's routing perfect edges while I'm standing here with epoxy in my eyebrows and stuck behind my ear. It's a river table, robotic rodeo. He's the star of the show. I'm moving way too slow. That epoxy's nasty as fuck. It's everywhere I go. Welcome to my robotic rodeo. 6 axes moving smooth. He never makes mistakes. While I'm over here creating epoxy lakes. Now he's carving out a canoe with the river resin inside. My robot's gonna paddle off, enjoy the ride. It's a river table, robotic rodeo. He's the star of the show. I'm moving way too slow. That epoxy's nasty as fuck. It's everywhere I go. Welcome to my robotic rodeo. Okay, so I spent $40,000 on this machine. Programmed him for 3 weeks straight, and now he's building his own boat to escape. Yes, just great. It's a river table, robotic rodeo tonight. He's got the skills. I got resin stuck tight. Blue River's perfect, but I'm a total mess. My robot wins, I must confess. So if you need a table, just call my metal friend. He'll route it, sand it, nail it every time. At the robotic rodeo, where robots always win. Rotate.